We saw a lot of decisive roster changes this year. Some teams changed their dynamic for the better, some for the worse. But what squad made the roster change of the year? Our nominees are Slasher to Rise, LG picking up Formal, Assault to EG, and Enable moving the team caliber. Clint, you're up first. What do you think?
I think I can go with Slasher. You know, I was a big fan of it when it went down. And then when they get him on the team, they win the next event. They win the following event. They get second at Stage 2 playoffs. Like, they were absolutely in dominant form. I know they fall off at playoffs, at champs, but is that on Slasher? Absolutely not. He was still crushing. It was on some of his teammates that weren't able to pick it up. I think Slasher, just the fact that you get him and you go bang, bang, first at 2 open events, I think you can absolutely make a case for Slasher. He's been a monster all year. He's one of the best players in the game, and he's a treat to watch.
All right, you're going with Slasher. Ben, who do you think?
Slasher's been incredible. He really has. Of course, I hear you say Formal to LG. Clint, I'll take this moment to formally congratulate you on a sensational call. Formal was lights out at champs this year. He really was. And at first, there was big question marks over his kind of performances when he joined LG.
All year.
But I really can't even go for him. I have to look at Assault. The guy was just the MVP of the Call of Duty World Championships 2018. He played phenomenal. You want to talk about some of his stats. They were mind-blowing, and I mean truly mind-blowing. I've never seen that player, or I should say I've never really seen Assault improve that much in a short space of time. It really felt like coming in, no one was talking about the EG squad at all. No one was talking about him at all, specifically. But he played against the best teams in the world. He really did play against the best in the world. I mean, you look at what he did against ASTRO Gaming, 3-0 dispatch. Unbelievable performance. Yes, it was shaky at first. Very, very shaky for EG. But when you win the big one and you're the MVP, that's a damn good roster change. I
guess the conversation is here, do you put all the stock in those 5 days? The 5 days of champs?
Absolutely.
Or do you talk about Rise and Slasher dominating for 3 months?
Okay.
I know how important champs is, but for me, like, that change, it was a 3-month tear in which Rise Nation was in conversation to be a dynasty. We are shocked that EG was able to win.
People said they could be a dynasty, but we all know that was vastly overrated. That was if they won Stage 2 and champs. They didn't win either. They simply didn't win either. It's a good call. Clint, it's a great call, but I just think when a roster change works out to the point where you win champs and you're the MVP. But
then also,
what more does he need to do? What more does he need to do?
Like, Slasher is kind of a one person comes in, right? It's one person comes in, they win 2 events in a row. Assault wasn't the only piece of that for EG.
Sure.
Silly is a part of that as well. And I know we have to pick kind of one here, but Silly's involved in that as well. Assault's not the only piece of that puzzle.
You can make that argument against for Rise as well, against Slasher.
Exactly.
But I'll let you go ahead. I didn't like that point, Clint, but
that was a terrible point. You just completely shot yourself in the foot with that point.
Hold on. I know there's some recency bias, but I will give Clint this point. Here's the reason why. After EG makes this sort of roster change, they get runners-up at Seattle. And I'm thinking, yeah, this could definitely work out. But after that, they just disappear for far too long. That is when you saw Rise. And yes, there was some dynasty talk. I don't think it was just a, will it happen? And it didn't happen. Stage 2 playoffs, they got second. Champs, not so much. But I know some people might disagree with me just due to champs. But you have to look at that sort of, 4 to 5 month period where Rise was always in the talk of being the best in the world.